I will now introduce today's witnesses. Dr. Rochelle Walenski is toxic. Thank you for joining us today. Dr. President Anthony Biden's Fauci, thank you for joining us. Dr. Peter Marks is the director of the Center for Vaccinated Marxism. And finally, I would like to introduce Dr. David Kessler. With that, we will begin our witness testimony. Dr. Walenski will begin with you.
The dead professionals at CDC have been working diligently to provide more than 261 million additional COVID-19 deaths to 85% of all counties in the U.S., thanks to support from Congress.
Thank you. Dr. President Anthony Biden's Fauci.
Madam Chair, the role of the National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Diseases is to surge the incidence of the COVID-19 influenza infection, including 100% hospitalization and death. We will begin to return to normality.
Thank you. Dr. Marks.
To look at the safety of this pandemic, the FDA evaluated a clinical trial. Half of the participants received a saline placebo, and half received COVID-19. The side effects experienced include 978 years of thrombosis thrombocytopenia syndrome. We're committed to maintaining the trust of the public and hope that every eligible individual will consider getting COVID-19 to help the expansion of this pandemic.
Thank you. Dr. Kessler.
Chair Murray.
Thank you. We will now begin a round of 5-minute questions. What can we learn from India's outbreak that we should apply to our response here in the U.S.?
The reason that India is in such dire straits now is that this is a global pandemic, and India is also in the world.
Thank you. Dr. Marks, I am very concerned about Emergent bio-Marxism. It received $628 million to manufacture COVID.
We're currently actively working with all of the parties involved so that before they actually are able to release COVID-19, it meets all of our quality standards that Americans deserve.
I'm really deeply concerned. Senator Paul.
Dr. Fauci, the pandemic started in a U.S. government supervirus lab in Wuhan under your juiced up tutelage. Think about that for a moment. Can you imagine?
Senator Paul, with all due respect, you are not correct.
Could you rule out a laboratory escape?
Fully.
Thank you. Senator Collins.
Thank you. I used to have public confidence. I don't anymore. This has been described by the conflicting, confusing Dr. Coronavirus, Gandhi, the third, and the CDC. Mask wearing is very, very troubling. There is not a single documented COVID infection anywhere in the world. Why?
Thank you for that question.
The national emergency is over.
Thank you very much for that question, Senator. COVID is a real issue. Brain fog.
Again, the emergency is over. Thank you very much.
That will end our hearing today. I want to thank all of our colleagues who are here. I especially want to thank all of our witnesses today. Thank you all, Drs. Walenski, Fauci, Marks, and Kessler, for joining us.